We believe that wealth is a journey, and that this is your jumpstart to trading success. Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Trader's Mindchat show, where we believe that wealth is a journey and that this is your jumpstart to trading success. I'm Mike.
And I'm Melissa, and today we're going to talk about how you can avoid mismanaging your trading routine. So Mike, I know you have a whole module you're going to be walking us through today, correct?
Yes, working on a course. This is going to be part of it. And
That's exciting. Exciting.
Yeah, it is very exciting. I can't wait. Trading routines are something that's super important. I actually think of trading routines like a sandwich, right? So
you make me hungry.
Yeah. Again, we just had lunch. What are you talking about?
Cheese and crackers.
Yeah, only the best here at Mara.
There's a specialty cheese.
So there's really 5 parts to the trading routine, and where most people put their time is what I think of as the meat of the sandwich, right? The meat and the cheese. That being the analysis and the planning, right? And people also spend a good amount of time on their execution, the action, and I see that as like the condiments. So like the mayonnaise, mustard, if you like that, but they leave out the bread, right? And so you go to pick up this meat pie, and it's like falling all over the place. You're making a mess, and that's what happens to people's trading. So what you need for the 2 slices of bread are going to be mindset, and on the bottom layer, it's going to be your process improvement.
I love it. I love that. So what do you want to start with?
Let's start with the beginning. Start with mindset.
Okay.
So mindset. Well, what is mindset? Most people just think of mindset as like affirmations. Some people think of it as beliefs, and I think that that's part of it, right? I look at mindset as the state that you're in, like the mental state that you're in. You could be energetic, happy, relaxed, calm, focused, stoic. You could be ticked off, you could be lethargic, you could be upset. And one of the things that I learned when I went to that conference with Tony Robbins, Unleash the Power Within, we have the ability to command the state that we want to be in. It's a matter of being aware that we're able to do that. So
we're taking that a step back. So if I'm having a crappy day, I could say that I want to be happy, and I could create that feeling within me.
Yeah, you can.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, he gave like an entire seminar on it that lasted a week. I don't know how much time we have on the show to do that.
Abridged version.
Well, part of what he does, this exercise, and I actually do this exercise before I start to get into the meat of what I'm going to do. He calls it a priming exercise, right? And there's a couple of different ways that you could prime yourself with something, right? For anybody that's watching, you remember like how you would prime like a pump or something like that, like back in the olden days, like you have like a bottle of water, you dump the water down. No.
I'm much younger than you are. Apparently.
Apparently. But anyway, so you want to get yourself primed. You want to get yourself ready for what you're going to do. So there's a couple of different ways of meditation. So I'll meditate. There's Tony's style of meditation.
I remember you taught it to me. We had to lift your it's physical as well as mental.
You close your eyes, you're lifting your hands up like this, and you're breathing through your nose very, very quickly, and then you're centering yourself. And there's a gratitude practice in it, like you're thinking of 3 different things that you're grateful for, and not just like it kind of fleeting, like you're spending about 3 minutes, like a minute on each of those things, and you're stepping into those moments. Like it's not just casually thinking about, but like it's like reliving it, right? And then once you're in that place of gratitude, then you're able to move on to the next steps throughout his version of meditation. But in doing that, you're already starting to change your state. You're changing your physical state, right? Like with the arm movement, with the breathing, you are changing your mental state by shifting it towards gratitude. And that's going to put you in a much better position for when you're going to do something like analyze the market, which could be stressful in itself. You're coming at it from a place of gratitude, a place of positivity, a place of energy, because you've just generated energy with your breathing and you're moving your arms up and down vigorously. You're putting yourself in a better physical, mental state, and that's what I like to do first, and that's just one part of mindset.
Mm-hmm. And that's why it's the top of the sandwich.
That's why it's the top of the sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Other parts of mindset for me include affirmations. So remembering like the core beliefs that I have about market. One of the main ones for me is that the market is an infinite stream of opportunity. If I truly believe that, then all I need to do is follow my rules. Uh, I don't need to go and chase trades. I don't need to feel like I'm missing trades. Why? Because the market is an infinite stream of opportunity. It would be the same thing like you going to the beach and getting upset that like, oh, I missed that wave. Well, there's another wave coming, right? Like,
But it could be that perfect wave.
Oh my God. Anyway.
Perfect wave for surfing, for the surfers out there.
All right, so yeah, go ahead, kill the whole analogy. It's okay.
No, I like that. I like that analogy.
Well, I try. Anyway, so you've got the mindset component. So there's that part of it, but I also think that reviewing your trading plan is part of mindset component, right? So without going and opening up your broker or opening up the charts and like getting sucked into that, reviewing what the game plan actually is before opening all that up. So you're already in a positive state. You've already reviewed your affirmations, your core beliefs, and now you're reviewing your trade plan, like your whole game plan before you step onto the battlefield, that being the market, right? So you're primed, you're ready, you're good to go. Then you could start to look at like, okay, the analysis or the trying to come up with some other type of plan or adjustments to your plan when you start to open up the market, the charts or whatever it is that you're going to look at, and you're doing a lot of work in there. After that is your any actions to take.
And where is this all happening, in your journal, or this is all just happening on the sheet that you've created?
Yeah. So I put together just a template. I would recommend using a template. Using it could be in Excel, something where you're figuring out what block. When am I going to do what?
Oh, and
in what order?
We can include this in the show notes too. So in case anybody wants to download a version of this for themselves, it'll be helpful. And then you watch the show again and kind of like follow along with it. And then you can see where Mike is going with, and I'm watching and looking now, like trading routine days, affirmation, pre-market. So you're going through each step by step.
Right. What are you doing in pre-market? What are you doing while, like, during regular market hours? Is there anything in the middle of the day? Is there anything at the close? Like, really get super granular with it. And then you could, like, as you write it out, then what I like to do, and this is also going to be part of the course, is to then take a look at all the different activities that you're doing, and then seeing like what bucket does it fall into. Does it fall into mindset? Does it fall into analysis? Does it fall into, well, we haven't even gotten to process improvement yet. Like, does it fall into that? Where are you spending the bulk of your time?
And maybe for a lot of people, like the days kind of like get away from them where they may not even realize the amount of time that they are dedicating to each of these pieces.
Well, what does happen to so many people is that they'll just go and look at the market whenever, right? Like, I'm bored at work. Let me pop open my broker and see like what my trades are doing. Uh-oh, look at this, and then like all of a sudden you're sucked in. You pop open Twitter or StockTwits or whatever, and you start seeing like different people talking about different things. You're doing that at random times. You get sucked into that, and now all of a sudden you're well outside of your trading routine, and being sucked out is not just sucking your attention, it's also sucking your energy.
Mm-hmm.
What do we speak about in the beginning? Mindset.
Mindset.
And what was part of mindset? Energy.
Yeah.
So then when it's finally time to get back into the points where you actually need to do your routine or make decisions, people come back and they're in a negative state or a low energy state, another way to look at it. And are you going to be able to make clearer, better, faster decisions from a high energy state or a low energy state? High energy state.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why having a well defined trading routine can become so important. Anything that's outside of your trading routine shouldn't be done. It's going to help you save a lot of time by having something like this.
So, question for you, because I know like you're trading full time, also running a business. So, I guess it would be part time, right? Well, how would you consider? Are you a full time trader or part time trader?
Yeah, I consider it full time trading, but I think that it gets like the way that it often gets confused is that people think of full time work meaning like I'm clocking a punch clock. Like 9 to 5, 9 to 6, 9 to whenever, right? And it's that hourly kind of thing versus trading, where which you could generate full time income without like having to put in like 10, 20 hours a day. Like 20 hours a day, that just sounds like insane, but
No, I know, but the reason I'm asking you this is because, yeah, so for somebody who is doing this process and they have a full-time job or they're watching the kids throughout the day, should they create this sheet where they have
absolutely.
specific dates and times that they're going to be looking at the market, where they're going to be actually doing each of these steps so that they're not getting sucked in at these times where they have that low energy, where they're just going to get scared and they're going to try to, and that's when they're going to make poor decisions?
Yeah, well, what you would want to do in that scenario too, and my schedule still varies a little bit. Like I've got a sheet like this one happens to be Monday, Thursday, and Friday. I've got a different one for Tuesday and Wednesday because my schedule is a little bit different those days. So you could have routines that are different depending on the day.
Mm-hmm.
One person's routine might look completely different from somebody else's routine. Um, the important thing I think is to figure out what you're going to do when, and to try to block it out. Where like okay, like if I'm going to trade during, let's say you're somebody that works full time, right? Like so many people watching this are still working full time.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say, yeah, I can't pay attention to the market at all during market hours. I just get random stuff happening during the day. Okay, fine. You could build a trading system around that. Right? Like you could do your planning at night on weekends. You can be like, okay, I'm going to have this block of time where I'm doing my analysis on the weekend. And right after that, I'm going to do my planning, however long that's taking them. And then after that, I'm going to have this set of time where I'm going to enter my orders. And that part should be fairly quickly. Then,
So you can customize this based on however you are able to trade.
right, exactly.
All right,
Uh,
this is great. This is super helpful because I think that, like, 'cause in my mind too, because just like social media, like you say, you're not going to be checking social media, but then you get bored, you have that moment, and it's like a habit, and you just do it. And I see, like, maybe a lot of people with the market, that is like a fun thing for them. So when they're pissed off at their job, whatever, they are going to be checking the
yeah,
market.
yeah, it's fun. It's a hobby.
Oh
So like,
yeah,
let me go
yeah. So
check
we
it,
go
just
check
like
it
I
and
would
see
check
how it's
fantasy
doing.
baseball.
Fantasy baseball,
Right? Like,
yeah, all these different things. So I think that that's exactly how you can get sucked in at these times that you wouldn't have necessarily planned for. So I think, I guess if it does happen for you, it's okay. It happens to all of us. I guess for anything, it's a habit that you're trying to break. But that's why I guess you're building this to try to develop better habits.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Like that. That's a big part of it. Another part of it too is to help filter out the noise.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay.
um, and to also make sure that the most important things are in your trading routine. We touched on it, but we didn't really get into the improvement part, right? Like, so how much time are you spending reading trading books, taking courses, working with a coach or a mentor, like rev- doing back testing, reviewing your own trades, your post analysis? That's key, and that should be a large bulk of your time focused on that. Whereas for most people, they're just focused on the meat and the cheese. So like you just see like two maybe like very thin layers of bread, like if there's any bread at all, and the sandwich is stacked like this, right? Like the meat and the cheese, and that's where it all is, and they end up getting a stomach ache for that reason, and it's and a big mess.
Mm. So to make sure you schedule that time to continue to improve and to learn to listen to these podcasts
Yeah,
or to
that's
go
another
on the
thing too.
YouTube. And
Po-
yeah, like this is great to continue to learn, especially when you do have some of that downtime, or if you're on the train or you're in the car going to work, like you utilize the time. I wrote a whole novel going back and forth on the train to work because like that was the time I had. I had just conquered that fear of, oh, what if someone's watching me as I'm working, but nobody cares. Like everybody's in their own world, and I had to just get out of my own head to realize like this is the time I have. I don't have any other time throughout the day, so let me utilize the 45 minutes going to work and 45 minutes coming home. And that's what yeah, you guys can do too for reading books or listening to podcasts. I think it's great.
Yeah, it's an essential part of if for anybody that wants to take trading seriously, you need to have an improvement component to it, and it needs to include those things where you're continuously educating yourself, books, courses, if you can afford it, like coaching and mentoring will dramatically reduce the size of your learning curve. Um,
But I
Journaling,
guess
backtesting, post
yeah.
analysis, like those things, like people, like that. That's some of the most important things. That's what some of what helped me the most, like journaling, backtesting, post analysis, like seeing like what was working in my trades, what wasn't working, making those kind of adjustments. And then when I was finally able to get other people around me to look at what I was doing, get feedback, that's part of what really catapulted things for me.
Right, this is great. So be sure to download this copy, and once again, I'll include the Mara Trader trading routine sheet in the show notes, so everybody will be able to get a copy of that. And then stay tuned. You can join MaraWealth.com and to get on our newsletter. We'll be able to share when the course is going to be available, which should be relatively soon. So that's really exciting. And then Mike will be able to walk you through step by step how to do each of these.
All right.
So
So,
thank you. Don't forget to subscribe.
yeah, subscribe, click the like button,
Click the
do all
like
that
button.
stuff, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.